right, man. Welcome to the second episode of the Talk to Talk podcast, man. I'm super stoked for today's guest, Jace. Hersh, what's good, brother? How's it going, man?
What's up, man? Going good, going good. Good to be here.
Yeah. So, hey, before we kick this thing off, guys, thank you for all the recent support in the first podcast. It was amazing. And then if you do want to see whenever these things go live, hit the subscribe button, drop a like on the video, give me some feedback in the comments. You can also find the podcast on Spreaker.com. That's kind of where we distribute the podcast from onto platforms like Spotify. It is on Spotify. That link will be also in the description. And I do plan on getting this podcast on Apple and then also Google Podcasts as well too. I'll look into some platforms as well too. So we'll go ahead and just kick the show on the road, man. So Jace, thank you for taking the time, brother. I appreciate you a lot, man. Yes. So tell me a little bit about yourself, man. Where'd you grow up? What got you into gaming, all that cool stuff, and we'll just kind of go from there, man.
Yeah, so I grew up in South Dakota. I've been here my whole life. Grew up playing sports, playing video games. And I grew up in the Black Hills of South Dakota, so that's like where Mount Rushmore is and all that. A lot of
Oh,
hiking
okay.
spots and cool stuff like that.
Yeah. For the gram,
But
right?
yeah, exactly. Exactly. But now I started playing video games at a young age. I feel like everybody did. Like I've been playing games my whole life. Super Nintendo was my first console.
Yeah,
So I was
dude.
playing, NBA Jam. Let's see what there's so many,
GoldenEye?
Mega Man X,
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye,
Yeah.
GoldenEye, the 64, Game Boy, Pokemon, all that stuff. So
Yeah, dude. Gotta have the GoldenEye, man. That's like I think that if you didn't have GoldenEye, no offense to anyone, but like you didn't really game on Nintendo. Mario, like that's always gonna be everyone's favorite, but like GoldenEye was like, yeah, man, like that was the
it's
ish.
like a shooter, bro. And like same with like all the James Bond games. I don't know if you played the ones on PlayStation, but those games right there were amazing.
I did. I did a little bit. On PlayStation, I was huge into Splinter Cell, if you ever played that.
Yeah, I played it.
Yeah, dude, Splinter Cell was great game. But I wish that they would actually make a new one because, like, dude, it was so fun. But like, I don't remember what the last one was, but it was a couple years back, and it's just super fun and stealthy. I think that's kind of like it's almost like an Assassin's Creed in a sense, but just for shooters, obviously. But
yeah,
pretty cool, man. So, what South Dakota? What big part of city-wise were you or live around? How far?
So I'm close to Rapid City. I don't know if you've heard of Rapid City. So Sioux Falls is the biggest city in South Dakota. There's not a lot of people, and then the west side of the state is Rapid City, and I live like 30 minutes away from there. So
yeah. So we have one of our stores in Sioux Falls. I work for a retail company, so yeah, Sioux Falls is I'm pretty sure we have a store out there, and that sounds familiar. Maybe don't quote me on it,
Rapid
man.
City,
something
so
like
Rapid
that.
City, and then you have all the state parks out here, and all the caves, and Mount Rushmore, all that cool stuff. So.
Heck yeah, man. So what do you do for work actually?
I work at Walmart now 3 days a week, just part-time. I was a department manager there, and then I stepped down to do more Twitch, more of my org, more gaming stuff because it's what I love to do. So
heck yeah, man.
That's what I'm doing now.
That's the ultimate goal, man. That's the dream team right there, man. To make it to that point in life. I mean, like, for me, I work full time, so streaming is like it's been rough, especially for me, man. I just don't have a lot of time anymore. So like, props to you for taking that that risk and dropping down to do those things, man. That's a lot, man. But you have a good mindset, so I think you could definitely do it too for sure. Awesome. So
appreciate it. Yeah.
Well, for sure. So I always like to ask too in interviews, like, what kind of drives you every day? Like, what what motivates you? What makes you want to get up and do the things you do every day?
It's just like it's like a hard. I don't know, man. I just feel like this is what I love to do. It's so weird. Like people say that all the time to me. Like I have IRL friends that are like, I don't know how you're still doing this. You get the motivation to do this every day, and it's part of my routine now. To the point where I go to work, I get home, I stream. It's like I love doing this every day. So, numbers aren't always everything. I just love doing it, and the numbers follow, and the community follows, hopefully, and everything's it's going good so far. So
yeah, it's kind of that cliche saying though, like if you do what you love, you don't work a day in your life.
Yeah.
Type of thing. But it's true though. Like I love my job and what I do. So like, there is obviously days we're human. Go to work, you're like, okay, well, there's some things that you'd want to do, at home probably, but in IRL, like I love what I do, so like I don't ever, not want to go to work type of thing. But like if my ever dream job could be whether it's podcasting full time or whether it's whether it's doing gaming
around
stuff
and doing all that stuff.
100%, man. You gotta do what you gotta do to get to where you want to be. So I mean, props to you, man. Because it's not an easy hustle. It's not
at all, dude. Twitch streaming and YouTube and all that. I've been around for so long, like years and years. I've been in the community for a really long time. And it's an everyday grind. Like people, you're not going to get where you want to be if you don't,
That's true, man.
do it all the time and grind it and see where it takes you, I guess. So.
It's like a put a lot into it,
Hmm.
great reward type of thing, but like the least you put into it, the less you get out of it. It's kind of like I think Hex said it best when he was talking about it's an everyday grind. Kind of like it was
Hmm.
really more at the org stuff, but like like everyday grind. It doesn't sleep. Kind of that thing.
Yeah.
He did say something about that person that takes off for family time, which is great. Do
Yeah.
that, but
I
he
remember that. I
might.
remember
Yeah.
watching that one.
It was like it was
Yep.
in one of his podcasts actually. It was a clip he posted
Yep.
on Twitter. Um, but it's just it is a
Well, that's with
grind.
like everything. I feel like even with just going to college or just going to a job that you're working towards, it's the same thing all over the board.
Oh
You have
yeah,
passion for it and you're trying to execute it, and that's what I try to do every day with streaming and the team. And like you said, it's really not easy, but if you love it, then you might as well take a shot and
that's
go
right.
for it. So
Yeah, that's right, man. It's for sure every day grind, man.
yeah,
So
exactly.
how'd you actually come up with your name, Hersh? I was kind of curious to ask that.
Yeah, so everybody asks this too. A lot of people ask this because it's like Hersh. It's kind of random. Has nothing to do with my actual name. But it was 2011. It was Modern Warfare 3, and I was in a sniping team that I created called Taze.
Great game, by the way.
Um, it was, man.
Yeah.
So I was competitive quick scoping in that game in
Oh,
SLB sniper leaderboards. I don't know if a lot of people know about that, but if anybody's watching the podcast and knows about sniper leaderboards, FaZe Banks was in that way back in the day. So it's an OG, super OG thing.
that's awesome.
Um, so I was doing that, and I don't know, man. I just saw the word Hershey or something, and I shortened it up Hersh. I thought it looked cool, Taze Hersh, and I just went by that. And
So
I've been the name ever since, I guess. So
Ace Hersh. So that was one of the
yeah,
first orgs you've started too. So what was your?
Taze. So the first one I ever started was I was in 8th grade, and it was just my IRL buddies, and it
We
was
did
called
that
I.
too. I did that too, man.
Right? It
Yeah,
was called I remember drawing the logo in class. I drew the logo myself.
yeah.
It was called I Bite Gaming, and it was like a lowercase I, capital B, lowercase, like all the lowercase and capital letters back in the day, and the
All right.
X's. Remember that stuff?
Yeah, the X's and the I's, man.
Yeah,
That was
dude.
the
Yeah.
ish, dude.
So yeah, that was my first. That channel's still on YouTube. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
But yeah, that was my
awesome.
first ever kind of like taking the friends and trying to make something in gaming.
I remember it's so embarrassing to talk about this, because it's so old, but like
Hmm.
me and my friends started one of them. It was called Full Throttle Gaming, and then like
Okay.
we like went to it's like stuff on YouTube or whatever, and it wasn't the
Yeah.
greatest content, but there was still actually one video that me and one of my friends made.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of cringy to be honest,
Hmm.
but I mean it is what it is.
Oh,
We were
dude,
just trying to get into it any way
there's some
possible.
old videos back in the day that the content is just good to go back and watch just to see where you've been, and that's what I
Oh
love about YouTube. First of all, that's what I love
yeah,
about
dude.
YouTube.
Take it back for a second. It's
Yeah,
like seeing where you started versus to where you are now. It's like kind of nuts.
yeah, it
It's
is. Yeah, yeah.
well, so first, we talked about first console that was Nintendo and stuff
Super
like that.
Nintendo.
Yeah, what
Mhm.
was your next console that you went to that kind of took
So,
you or elevated you in
yeah, so it
gaming?
was so I like the console that like competitive gaming or like because I mean I went from the Super Nintendo to like 64 to PS2,
Right.
and I mean I kind of went up the line. So I guess it would be the Xbox 360 would be like the console
Yep.
that kind of elevated and got me into the community in a sense. So I got live. I remember I had enough money for like half the Xbox. My mom paid for the rest, and I think I was at a buddy's house. Yeah, I was at a buddy's house, and we were playing Halo. And I don't remember what Halo game it was, but it was Halo. And then he had Call of Duty World at War, I believe.
I'll play that
And
on Wii, dude. That was actually Wii.
that game was amazing.
It was
That game was
fun.
amazing. Yeah,
It
so I
was
got
fun.
that game, and I fell in love with that game at his house. I had to have an Xbox 360, so I got one. And I remember the original like chat, the freaking microphone
Yeah,
that came with the
dude.
Xbox, dude. The thing was
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much. I got into Call of Duty community, and that's where it kind of elevated everything. And I got into watching Optic and Phase and all that stuff.
That's
So
awesome, man. I think Halo 3 Xbox 360 was the first game that I was yeah, that's it right there. It was super fun, man. And then
yeah,
I do remember too that I got into the Call of Duty scene. One of my friends forced me to buy Call of Duty 4 and then on
yeah,
360,
yeah.
and like that's what got me into it. I was like, hell yeah. But it was super ironic because I went back and I played Call of Duty 3 back on
Okay,
PS2, and like
okay.
back in the day I didn't have like fast internet and stuff. So that's whenever we got
Yeah.
a little bit better internet. It was like DSL was super popular, which is
Yep.
complete garbage. I'm sure you know that. It's horrible.
Trash.
Living in a small town was hard, man, for internet. It really sucked. So,
Mhm.
it's funny because I played Call of Duty 4, and then I went back to play Call of Duty 3 on PS, which was pretty nostalgic, dude. It was super crazy to see like the differences in the game. The lobbies were obviously
Yeah.
super small because COD 4 was way more
Yeah.
popular, but
Yep.
it was a good time though, man. That's what really got me into Call of Duty, and then I just transcended from there and just kept playing
Same, man. Everybody
every single
evolves.
game.
Yeah, and it was World at War, and then I went back to play COD 4, so it was kind of different for me.
Oh,
And
okay.
I don't know if you can see, actually, probably not, but behind me on the wall next to my Hersh logo, the little wood piece, I have all the Call of Duty games, kind of like
Oh,
right
I
in
see
here,
it. I see. I see it.
right there. Yeah, so like all the Call of Duty games, COD 4, leading up to where we're at now. Like
That's awesome.
I've gotten COD every year ever since and played it, and so
That's
it's kind of
that's
crazy.
that's what's up, man. So
Yeah.
you took that, elevated it. What was like? Did you only play Call of Duty for a long time, or was there other games that you kind of mained as well too while doing that?
It was really just Call of Duty because I was in sports in high school, and I'd be hanging out with friends, and we'd be doing practices, and then every night we'd come home, we'd play Call of Duty and stay up
Hmm.
late, and it was always just COD throughout high school. Every year we look forward to a new Call of Duty. So I don't
Yeah,
remember really playing anything other than that. I mean, the early childhood years was a little bit of everything, and I definitely missed those times. That was fun, but
yeah.
it was Call of Duty, and man, yeah, that's pretty much it. So
I missed, like, to be honest, man. I think the first game that I went to for midnight release was Modern Warfare 2 at
okay,
GameStop. And like,
yeah.
dude, I literally missed those times where like you just could not wait to
Oh,
go home and play COD, bro. Like,
yeah.
man, that was so nostalgic, dude. And like taking it back to where like so my friend always had the best internet, so we'd all go to his house and like we could run like 6 Xboxes over there. So everyone would like
Dude,
bring a TV, bring an Xbox. So like we
yep.
just all go to his house and like we just grind like COD till 4 or 5
We
in the
did the
morning on
exact same
weekends.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
dude.
did the exact same thing. Go to
So
my
much.
buddy's house, freaking
Yeah,
make a LAN, dude,
literally,
and,
dude.
bring all our 360s, and by the way, Modern Warfare 2, people, that's the
Yeah.
best COD game ever made, in my
Oh,
opinion.
I'll argue that. I love
What do
that
you
game.
think? Yeah,
Yeah, I'll say, yeah. Modern Warfare 2 is probably my favorite ones and best
yeah,
COD in my opinion.
yeah.
I do like it, Modern Warfare Remastered though.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. I grinded that game, dude. Grinded it,
It was a good time.
S&D, wagers, yeah, it was a good
Yeah,
game.
yeah. It was a good
Liked
time.
it.
It was like
Yeah.
super. I wish they'd remaster Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, dude, they were
Yeah,
supposed to, and
I
then
heard that.
they just said that they're gonna do a campaign remaster, and then
Yeah,
no
that's what
multiplayer.
it
Do you remember
was.
that?
Yep, that
And
was
I
what it
was like,
was.
who's gonna buy the game now? Nobody
No
wants a
one.
campaign remaster.
No, no. The whole point was the multiplayer. That was the
Yeah,
shit, man. That's what everyone wanted to play, dude.
yeah.
It's God. I remember I so taking it back to when I first started like the gaming channel. I
Yeah.
remember I for Christmas got a Pinnacle Dazzle to record
Mhm.
content
Mhm.
when those were popular.
I remember that.
If anyone who's watching who doesn't know what the Pinnacle Dazzles are, that was like the ish for the
Yeah,
content
it
creation
was.
besides the
It
HD
was.
PVR and stuff. But
Yep.
um I didn't have a good enough computer for it, but my friend did. So like we'd go to his
Okay.
house and that's how we made content. Like I had the main concept and it had the computer, so we'd use all his stuff. That's whenever it kind of
That's
kicked off
awesome.
the YouTube stuff. It was pretty
Yeah.
cool, man. What was actually the first game that you ever streamed?
First game I ever streamed on Twitch was Minecraft.
Seriously.
Seriously, yeah. First
Dang
game
it.
I ever streamed was
Did not expect you
Minecraft.
to say that.
Yep. I've had my Twitch account for like 6 years, I think. And I
Streamed for
did
six
start.
years or just made it 6 years ago?
Nope. Yeah, I just made it 6 years ago.
Sure.
And I've only been streaming heavily, like almost like taking it really serious for like 2 years now. So yeah,
Um,
Minecraft.
Dude, and everyone's on that kick from Minecraft right now, dude. It's actually
That's what's crazy. Yeah,
yeah,
the game's always gonna be around because I
it really
remember
will.
when we were grinding it back then. That's when it was really really big, and now it's like the second wave, and all these other entertainers are coming. The big streamers
Yep.
making it huge again.
It's
It's
true.
crazy.
Well, WoW Classic's kind of taking some of that flame away right now,
Yeah,
but
true.
I've been
Yeah,
playing the hell out of it. So like when after this podcast, I'm gonna go play it. So,
nice.
that
Let's go,
game's
dude.
yeah, it's just that game is a grind in itself. So much, man. It's fun,
Yeah,
but total like life consuming. Say that
for
much.
sure, for sure.
But Minecraft was the first game I ever streamed. What like
Mhm.
got you into consecutive wanting to stream? Like I'm gonna get on and play this game every day and stream it. Was that Call of Duty?
It was Call of Duty, yeah.
Yeah.
It was I believe it was because I went through a stint. So I was on Minecraft. I streamed the first game I ever streamed was Minecraft, and then I actually went to YouTube because I always like growing up. I always wanted to be a YouTuber. I was always uploading videos, and like I said, made my first team back in 8th grade. So I was always in YouTube and watching the big teams. So I
Right.
always wanted to do that. Um, and yeah, it was Minecraft, and then yeah, it was Call of Duty that really got me into the community because I was seeing people wanted to watch me play Call of Duty. I was playing wagers. The first COD game I got in competitively was Advanced Warfare.
Dude,
So
same.
yeah, man, I
Yeah,
love that. I really,
dude,
really enjoyed that game, man. It was really
so
good.
much. I feel like
Yeah.
after that they probably should have cut off the jetpack stuff, but I mean,
Mhm.
whatever. But yeah,
It was
so
fun, man.
same for me, man. Like I think what really in okay, so to be honest, I knew about MLG ever since MW2. So
Yeah,
like I knew about it, but like
yeah,
we didn't really get deep into it, but I wish we would have like looking back at it, but like we'd play like weird shit like TDM, MLG battles. I don't know why, dude. Like TDM and like we put radars on and shit. Like it was just so weird, but
yeah,
what really got me into like the S&D community was AW. One of my homies from school got me into it, and
yeah.
he's like, dude, let's just play it and try it. Because he's been playing it for years through Halo, through Call of Duty, and I was like, dude, screw it, let's go for it. And it's actually like so.
That's
Advanced Warfare is
awesome.
one of my favorite ones. To be honest, I would totally.
Yeah, it was so dynamic, dude.
Oh yeah.
Sniping was so good in that game too with the thermal. Oh
Oh
my
man.
god, the
AS.
Moors, dude. The Moors was
Yeah.
amazing.
ASMR, Bow, meta.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a good
and
time.
not only that, but it was fun watching the like competitive Call of Duty, like the pros play in that game. I thought it was entertaining
Oh
to watch
man.
them play that year. It was awesome.
Optic was blowing
So,
up, and was it?
dude, they
They
were
did really,
nasty.
yeah, they did really great in that one and Black Ops 3, wasn't it? Right? They did
Yep.
this,
Yeah,
yeah.
BO3, but they didn't win the chip. But still, they were like the best team the whole
Mhm.
season. They didn't win it at the end, but still, it was
They won 6 out of 8 tournaments, I think, or something like that.
something like that. And
That's
then
a
the weird thing
lot.
is they win an IW. It's like what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would
So
they won champs in IW, right?
yeah, they did. Yeah.
Yeah. That, dude,
So
that, to be honest, besides World War II, that was the shittiest Call of Duty made, in my
oh,
opinion.
I did not a fan. I was playing Modern Warfare Remastered. I wasn't playing that game.
Yeah, same, Chief. That was
Yeah.
not the game for me, man. It's like they just kind of, they just compiled stuff together, I feel like. I feel like they just didn't work on it.
And that
I
was
mean,
like that in World War II. Yeah, World
yeah,
War II.
dude, World War II was the worst.
I
Like,
felt like this exact same way about it. They threw it out and it wasn't even finished. You know what I mean?
everyone wanted boots on the ground, boots on the
Weird,
ground, and
bro.
they did it, and it was just like,
Yeah.
like not like I don't know, and no one had fun playing. Everyone hated it.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
what about what's your thoughts on new Call of Duty coming out?
Um, not sure yet, dude. I'm really not sure because yeah, I played the alpha weekend they had.
Mm-hmm.
What was it, last weekend or the weekend before that?
Before,
It was last, yeah. And it was fun because we don't have a lot of new content to stream and play right now, so it was
that's true.
fun. But it didn't feel like it felt just completely foreign to me as far as Call of Duty goes. It didn't feel the same.
Yeah, it's
It
different.
felt like people are getting that Rainbow Six vibe out of it.
No, bro,
Um,
seriously though, because not to cut you off, but I had someone that came on my
yeah.
stream and said, "Is this Rainbow Six Siege?" I said, "No, this is Call of Duty." I was like, "What
This
the
is
hell?
God.
Like, did you
Yeah.
not see the title? That's a Call of Duty
Mhm.
underneath it, you know?" But it's
Yeah.
crazy how much the games like look alike. That's weird.
It looks really good. The new
It
engine looks
does.
dope, but
It does.
it felt like the scope in was really slow and like the aiming felt weird.
It
But
was. But
yeah, I'm looking forward to next or whenever the actual beta comes out. It's gonna be good because
it's
perks. We're gonna get perks, right?
12, 13, 14, like that. But
Yeah,
the
something
cool thing
standard.
too is like when that comes out though, bro, like you can customize your entire gun, like stock,
Yeah,
everything.
so that
Yeah.
makes a huge difference, dude. That might be nice.
Like literally you can put your whatever stock you want on it. It's like nuts. Like it changes the
Yeah,
whole
that
look
is
of the
cool.
gun and everything. It's kind of nuts. Like that's called the weapon shop or something. Don't quote me on
Yeah,
that.
I saw some stuff about that.
But I mean,
But
I just didn't
I
get
was gonna
down.
say one thing. I was
Oh,
gonna say
sorry.
one
No,
thing.
no, go for it. Go for it. My bad.
You know what I'm hyped about is in Modern Warfare they bring in Spec Ops back. So no zombies, but Spec Ops, and that was something that they did in Modern Warfare 2. It was kind of where you
Three.
bring in a friend.
Three.
Really, they didn't have it in 2?
I don't.
Thought they did.
No, yeah, you're right. They
I
did.
think they
They
did.
had it in
Yeah,
Modern
because
Warfare 3 too, though.
yeah, probably. Yeah, but I really like that because you could bring in a friend. It was like a co-op type of deal, you know.
Pretty much. It was a good
You
time. I
like
remember that.
missions. Yeah.
Zombies is cool. It's fun. Like I remember back whenever me and my friend used to play Black Ops 2 Zombies. Don't care what anyone says. Best zombies ever made. Black Ops Zombies was
Yeah,
the
Black
best.
Ops 2 was really good. Yeah, I agree.
Yes. So War Zombies were okay, but like for 100%, I feel like Black Ops 2 is better. But all the
Yeah.
Easter eggs and stuff like that's fun, but it's super tedious, and I think that they keep
Yeah,
adding more
keep
random.
adding.
Yeah, they add more random things to it, and it just kind of
Yeah.
takes the fun away after a while. So I do think that Spec Ops would be really cool too. The only thing that I didn't get down with because I couldn't figure it out fast enough was the movement because there was people like
Oh,
hopping across the map. Like I was like, what is going on? And
Yeah, and I just felt like I've always been able to like really turn on people in Call of Duty. Like if I'm getting shot from behind, it's easy for me to whip around and maybe like world star the guy, right?
yeah,
In that
100%.
game, I was like, I don't know, like it was just super slow. Like it was just weird. I don't know. I think the more I play it, I'll get used to it. I haven't really played COD in like 2 years from
Same.
when Fortnite came out, so haven't really. There's
Oof.
not been a good COD that I've been interested in since
That'll be
then.
a
So
good conversation here in a second
yeah,
too. Though, well,
straight
yeah,
up, yeah.
yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. So, sorry, we got off topic there for a second,
Mhm.
everyone, but that's okay. That's what this podcast is about. We do that. So,
Sure.
we'll jump back into the your Twitch career, Twitch stuff like that. So, how did you actually hear about Twitch, and like, how'd you get into it?
So believe it or not, it was MW2. I was at my buddy's house. Always go to his house. We'd have sleepovers, like we talked about with the lands and stuff.
Yeah,
And it was one night he was asleep and I was on. I don't remember who I was watching, but it was Justin TV, and I was watching
I
Justin
never
TV
did.
back in the day.
I
Yeah.
didn't. I didn't watch Justin TV because it wasn't like, I guess, a thing in a sense. For I never knew about it. That's crazy though.
Yeah, so I don't know how I stumbled across it, but I don't know. It was Justin TV, and I just started watching like the Phase guys, Optic, and I don't know. I don't remember like the root of how I like started seeing Twitch, but it was way back. It was way back then somewhere.
Yeah, I
So
don't. To be honest, bro, that's a really hard question.
it
Funny that
is,
I
yeah,
ask you that because like I don't even know how I got into it. I think
yeah,
that it was Call of Duty for sure. It was back in the day
yeah.
for tournaments. I knew about Twitch, but like I said, I never had the best internet to stream.
True.
So I've been knowing about Twitch since probably like, I don't know, man. Or in 2019, so like 8 years ago, 7 years ago, something like that. I don't know. I've been knowing it for a good
Yeah,
while since it was been Twitch, but I
yeah.
didn't know about the Justin TV days.
If you were a gamer back then, you probably knew about Twitch. But like
Right.
nowadays, it's like you don't even have to be a gamer. People just know what Twitch is now. It's crazy.
Exactly. Like you could ask someone to like, I think it is, and it's like, is that where streamers like play games? Like, yeah, yeah, and then okay, yeah, now I got it. It's weird. It's like so
Yeah.
normalized, which is cool though because I do, and I talked about this in my last podcast, but I do love that like gaming is so normalized, which is super cool. And like you don't have to feel like you have to get judged by like you play games because
That's
that
what I
was
love
a
about it now. Yeah.
yeah. Because to be honest, like growing up, like I would play a lot of video games and people in school like they didn't pick on me, but like I just didn't want to like tell them like yeah I was a big nerd, I played video games a lot, and like that was
Yeah.
a thing. Like
People knew, but not really until my senior year because I was making YouTube videos. I'd be in class and my buddies would be like, "Yo, check out Jace. He's got a new YouTube video." I'd be like,
yeah,
"Dude, come on, man, stop telling people,
same,
bro."
same,
So,
dude.
but at this point, man, it's on everything. Like I post on Facebook, I post on Instagram. Everybody knows, so I love it.
Yeah, I don't post much on Facebook. So I actually have a personal Twitter, but I also
Yeah,
have a gaming Twitter too. So
so
like
do I.
it's
So do I. Yeah,
yeah, so I have a personal one that I talk to all my friends from high school, whatever it is, and people that I
yeah,
know, and then my gaming one,
yeah.
which is super secluded. But a lot of my friends do, my close friends know about my gaming Twitter, all the stuff that I do.
Same, man.
So I just kind of keep those secluded for now until one day I'll blow up. I'd be like, all right, this is my main Twitter.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know, like I'll just
Totally
keep it.
agree. And I don't,
Um,
like you said, I don't post on Facebook a lot. I just happened to do it the other day just to give a refresher. I was like, "Yo, I'm doing this thing," and I really rarely
right.
get on Facebook, but I wanted people to know. So
I get on Facebook just to like watch funny videos because it's
yeah,
all older people. No offense, but I mean.
yeah, it's funny stuff on there, and to just see what people are doing. Really,
Yeah, it's just good to connect to people like family members too, because family
exactly.
members just get on there just for Facebook to like, oh, let
Yep.
me see what my cousin's doing today, or
Yep.
grandma
Exactly.
gets Facebook and you gotta teach her how to use it type of thing, man. Like,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. 100%.
cool. So let's get. Sorry, I always do this. I get off track, but that's all right. So
It's all good.
who's your favorite streamer and why?
Man, favorite streamer. Um,
Good question.
it was Dr. D for a long time because I
What?
started watching Dr. Disrespect back in H1Z1.
Yeah,
And
I
and you
didn't
know
even.
what I liked about Dr. D is because he was super. It wasn't even like it was like a TV show when I went to his stream. The way that he does his cuts and his like
Yeah,
scenes and
literally,
stuff,
dude.
like what's
Production's
even
insane.
going on here? It's nuts. I loved watching him. So I would say Dr. D, man, probably Dr. Disrespect because I watch a lot of people in the community now, like tons of people, big and small, and
True.
connecting with people. So yeah,
I think that I asked the same question last stream, maybe. I mean, last podcast, but
yeah,
I think that I have for whatever day I'm feeling and want to watch. I have certain streamers that I love to watch for whatever it is.
yeah,
But I Doctor Disrespect is funny because I didn't like to watch him for a long time, and then like one day I guess I thought that he was kind of arrogant, but really it's just a show, and it was funny. So when I finally
it
realized that
is
when I got
true.
older, like, and I realized that like a couple years down the road, not really older, but just I kind of realized like, oh shit, it's literally just fucking hilarious, you
Yeah,
know. So when I
yeah,
was
it
still
really is.
watching it,
Yeah,
I was like, damn, this dude's freaking hilarious. Like I love to watch him. So whenever he
yeah.
tossed up the stream, I'll definitely watch him too. But I think that I don't favorite streamer for me personally.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
There's so many
I
great streamers
know
out there,
I
man.
know man.
Yeah,
Summit's a good streamer, in my
Summit's
opinion.
awesome. Mm-hmm.
Um, I do. I like to watch T Hump if you know who T Hump is.
Yeah, I know who
Yeah,
T-Hump
he's
is.
super
Yeah.
toxic, but it's just hilarious
He's
because
funny. He's funny. Yeah.
he doesn't care too. Like he doesn't put up with anyone's like shit, which is that's kind of why I respect him too.
Yeah.
Uh, and bro, I don't know, dude. There's so many. I
It
gotta really
really,
watch like
really with Fortnite with me. That's when I started watching a lot of streams. Like, we got Lupo and Ninja, and I didn't watch a lot of Ninja really. If I'm being honest, I watched him here and there. Just got in there to see what's going on, but
yeah, I did every now and again.
Lupo's really good.
Yeah,
Nade Shot, I'll pop a Nade Shot stream when he
yeah,
goes
yeah,
live just to see what's up with Nade. And
hundred
I love
percent.
Nade Shot. Love Nade Shot. Hex, I'll be in Hex's stream every now and then when he stream a lot of Minecraft
I
now.
haven't
So
watched his stream in a
people,
while, to be honest.
he's streaming a lot more. So
Yeah, he is, cause well, with
yeah,
all this crap that went on, man, he has more free time to do things. And then like
exactly.
just the past like 3 days, man, like Bo's left,
Oh
Aaron
man,
left,
wow.
I think Hitch.
Maniac. I mean, Maniac's gonna start his
Yes.
BTH. So
What was that? Was that just a Halo 3 team that he made, or was it just like
yeah,
a merch?
It was a Halo
I
team. Yeah,
thought
it was a
so.
Halo team back in the day that he was on. I think. I'm
Yeah, he
not. Don't
was.
quote me on that because yeah, okay,
I think he was on
yeah,
it, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken.
yeah.
But
So I
he's
heard that is pretty real. I think he got the LLC, and I think he's taking it
that's what he was
for
working
real
on.
now.
Because I was
Yeah.
listening to Hex's last podcast and they were talking a little bit about that. But don't isn't he um he's gonna make competitive teams with it, or just like he's just starting just to like for merch? I don't know.
I think it's just for merch. It's gonna be like Bo's Rich and Lonely thing, and
I kind of like it. Rich and Lonely, it's
yeah,
kind
it's
of cool.
cool. Yeah,
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 I kind of like it. 100 Thieves
yeah.
is pretty sweet too.
I
Yeah,
got a couple hundred thieves pieces, so yeah,
I didn't buy
I
any,
dig 100
man.
thieves. I've got a couple. Yeah,
You know, you ever heard of Justin Escalona?
of course.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so I bought a couple of his
Videographer,
pieces.
videographer.
1340
Yeah,
Studios is his brand, and I bought one or two pieces from him, but kind of on the pricier side. But I get the hype and the drop behind it. You know, he drops a piece
yeah,
a week or every 2 weeks or something like that. But I mean, like
that's cool.
I bought a shirt with shipping. It was like $60. So I mean,
Yeah,
it's kind of, but I do like the way that he makes them because he is part of its champion now, so it's more. But every shirt has a story behind it. There's like a meaning,
oh,
which is pretty sweet. And
yeah,
I kind of fanboy a little bit. So like a long time ago, his friends he lived with, which was Cam and another guy. I used to watch a lot of
okay,
his videos. They posted on Instagram stories. It said, "Slide up if you want to FaceTime with us." And I was like, "All right, bet. Let me just try it." So
yeah,
sure enough, he's like, "Yo, here's the email. You have to do it through because they're not gonna give a phone number, or whatever. So you have to do it through the email." And I didn't
yeah,
have a MacBook. I was like, "Shit, what do I do?" I went in my friend's room and stole his because like he was sleeping. So I
yeah.
got the FaceTime him, and then like whenever I was talking to him, he actually I was like, "Yo, like is Justin there?" And then he was like, "Oh, he actually literally just walked through the door with his girlfriend." Also, he was dating Marissa at the time. And then I was like, "Do you mind if I talk to him?" He's like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" So like he just came and started talking to
What?
me. Yeah, like and yeah, and then
Awesome.
it was pretty cool though. It was pretty
That's
neat.
awesome.
Sorry. So for you as a streamer, what were some of your biggest successes and some of your like hardships you faced as a streamer, like through Twitch?
Um, well, I guess I've really gotten bigger with Fortnite. I feel like that's a lot of people that have done that now.
Sure.
So I'm seeing a lot more success when Fortnite came out. Obviously, before that, it was just getting. It's really Twitch is hard, man. Twitch is really hard. It's getting
Oh
the
yeah,
like the first 5 people and doing your best to really make people feel like it's a good place to be and talk to everybody in chat. And interaction's huge. So I guess it's really people get discouraged really easy on Twitch. You don't see that you stream with no viewers and you're talking to yourself, or maybe you're
that
not
starts
talking at
though.
all because there's nobody there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really just the same. I feel like it's the same for everybody. It's just hard to get going and see the success, and a lot of
Right.
people just bum out real quick and bounce before it gets to a point where
Sure.
maybe they can do something with it. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that's really answering the question, but I feel like I don't know. I guess it's just not an easy thing to do.
Yeah. I think that from my personal some of the
Yeah.
biggest successes I've had from Twitch, I think is just like for me, I love connecting with people on a different level. Just like if whether
Okay,
it's being
I guess I could say that too,
yeah,
because
like
I've met
just
a ton of people from Twitch.
oh, dude, 100%. I think
Tons and
maybe
tons.
just like being someone's outlook or being someone's person they can just come and talk to, whatever it is, shape or form.
Yes.
But I think
Yeah.
that meeting the people in the community was super great. And I think that I I got like 100 something viewer hosts from like when I was playing ROE, and I got some
Wow.
consecutive people from there. And then
Yeah.
I played with some partnered streamers on that game. I've played with some pretty cool people from Islands of Nine. If you remember that game that came
Yep.
out,
Remember that game? I have a
yeah,
video on that one. Yeah.
I have a
That
couple.
was pretty
Like,
good. That was pretty good when it came out. I
oh
liked it.
yeah, so good of a game, dude. I met
Yeah.
his name was Rook. Rook played on
Hmm.
a couple teams for I forgot what games. He was partnered streamer. Yaga, I met him, super great guy. He was
Yeah.
also a partnered streamer. He's I think they call this a blacklisted professional and a Rainbow Six Siege.
Okay.
He's like a god of the game, but he's too young to compete. Yeah, he can only play
Oh,
a certain.
yeah.
He can't go to LANs. He can only play tournaments from home. But I got to
Okay.
play with him when I was in line, which was super cool. And then I met Bronana.
Yep. I
Bronana
know who that
plays
is.
with Douglas
Yeah.
Raw, and
Yep. Doug is
they're good
raw.
friends. Yeah. He's super cool, super
Yeah.
cool guy.
Yeah.
And then Bronana's a really great guy as well too. But I met him and never got to play with Bronana, but I've been I think subbed to him for like the past like 10, 11 months. Whenever the game was popular and stuff too. But really good. I'm just super thankful for that community and who I met
Yeah.
through there too. Kind of tying it back
Yeah.
to the Twitch thing too.
Yeah, I would say that that's probably the same for me. There's so many people I've met through Twitch and YouTube
Hundred
and all of
percent.
this. So, yeah,
It's a great community, man. Well, you know what? Let me rephrase
there's
that. There's a lot
yeah,
of good people and there's a
there's
lot
a
of
lot of really
iffy
good
people.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
there's
But
a lot
then
of people that are in here for not the right reasons. You know what I mean?
100%. I'm not gonna
So,
name anyone, but I can probably think of
yeah,
some right off the top of
yo,
my head.
for sure, for sure, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's like a whole different stream. I mean, a whole different podcast one day. So,
yeah, yeah.
so what season did you start playing Fortnite?
The beginning.
So
So started out
before like Save the World?
before there was a no. Well, when Battle Royale first came out.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was playing Modern Warfare Remastered and I was streaming that. That's when I really got into Twitch. I was streaming that every day, and I was streaming wagers, and that's where I started building my little community because people would come in and watch me. I was really good. I was like 110 and 10 on the GB 1v1
Whew,
ladder board, and I was
heat.
killing it, man. I really loved that game, and playing tournaments and all that. So I got a decent, some viewers that started coming back every day, and it felt good to talk to them every day. And then it was Fortnite came out, and we're all like, I owned Storm United at the time, if you remember that.
Who's that?
Created Storm United. Oh, it's Storm United, the team that I made. I don't know if you remember Storm United.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I made that team, and I was with the guys one day, and we saw Fortnite dropped, Battle Royale dropped on console. So the first time I ever played it was on PS4, and then I got a PC and so on. So
Dang, it's
yeah,
that's crazy, man. I've actually been playing, I think since the end of season one, beginning season two.
okay,
So one day one of my friends was like, "Bro, let's play this game Fortnite," and I was like, "What the hell is that?" And then he told me about it, and then he was like, "Yeah, is it free first of all?"
yeah.
First question I asked, and he was like, "Yeah." So I downloaded it and like instantly hooked to it. Like instantly, I
Yeah.
was just like,
Yeah,
"Gotta."
it was amazing, man. There was nothing like it, this building
Oh no.
aspect, the outplaying aspect where you can destroy somebody with
Oh
buildings.
yeah,
It's
dude.
like, what is this game?
Double
So,
pump, man. Double pump was the
oh my god, all the different metas that we went through every season, man, and now
yeah.
we're at Fortnite right now. We can talk about that later, but
Yeah. We'll talk about that here in a second too, because that was one of the
yeah,
questions and things I had on here too. But I think that it was crazy though to see like how like Ninja blew up from there too. I've watched Ninja for a little bit through H1 and stuff too, but like this man started getting
yep.
100,000+ viewers every stream,
It was nuts,
and then
crazy, crazy.
then the Drake thing happened, and then like all
Yeah.
that, and it was just like it just kind of went on from there.
That's what kind of gave the gaming community more recognition, though. It was great. It was great for the community.
Oh, 100%.
People started respecting gaming more, I guess. So
Oh, they did 100%. I think that's whenever I feel like gaming was more normalized. People were like, "Oh, okay, like I can tell people I love to do what I do or play video games." So that's
yeah, because the majority of people, let's be honest, the majority of people play video games. Athletes, there's so many people playing video games now.
dude, yeah.
That just not a lot of people used to talk about it. So
Now it's like the thing to talk about now.
it is,
Off
man.
off topic, but did you see that new battle royale that's coming out? It's called Anaria Battle Royale. It's kind of like that
I've
H1.
heard of that. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
Yeah, so
I
that's
saw
coming
that.
for people who donated to the Kickstarter. They get to play the beta in December or something.
Okay.
So if you didn't, I don't know when that's gonna happen.
Do you
But
remember? Do you remember the one Mavericks Proving Grounds?
mm-mm.
That game was gonna be sick. You should loot that up sometime off stream or off podcast. But that
Mavericks
game looked
Proving Grounds.
amazing, dude. It's supposed to be like a 200-man battle royale lobby,
Oh
and
shoots.
yeah, it never came out. It hasn't come out yet, but
Dude, did you know that Battlefield dropped the Battle Royale?
yeah, I played it before.
Is it
I have it,
good?
yeah. It's all right. Not a lot of people not a lot of people play it.
The face.
It's like the same thing as all of those. Like it's a battle right. You drop in, you grab your loot, freaking the fire pushes you into the. It's like I don't know. They're all the same at this point. I feel like.
It's kind of cool. I mean, I don't. I've watched Flamehopper play it, and
Yep.
it was kind of at least seemed cool, but I just didn't really want to get into it because I didn't feel like buying the game just to play the battle royale. You know, like
Yeah.
I mean,
It's the
that's how
thing
you
with
make money,
buying
obviously.
games these days. It's like I buy a game. That's why I don't buy a lot of games now. Is because I buy a game. Somebody tells me on stream to buy this game to play it, and I buy it and I play it for a day, and it's like I'm not playing it ever again. You know, I'm going back
Yeah,
to Fortnite or I'm going back to this, and there's
or
no
that
point. So
or that person says like, "Oh, I'm playing this other game." It's like, okay, well, thanks, man. So
yeah,
we'll talk about Fortnite's current state, and then we'll jump into like another question I have for you too. So like,
sure.
um, what is your opinion on Fortnite's current state? What the game is right now?
Um, I I just wish that they would listen to the community more. You know, I think that's everybody right now. They're not. I feel like I made a tweet the other day where Epic Games they're in their offices just having a great time. You know, they're
I
putting
think I've
this
seen
out.
that.
They switched the meta. There's no you can't even turbo build anymore. And then they
Oh,
keep they do that for a day and then they switch it back like a day and a half later, 2 days later. You can
they
actually
reverted
turbo
it.
build. Yeah, they reverted it. It's
That,
like they did this. They get the hate and the backlash. Then they switch it back and they get 50,000 likes on their
yep.
Twitter post, and it's like nothing's wrong, nothing happened. Like I don't know.
But even then though, like so if you like analyze, because I totally agree with you. I think it's total like BS. So they should listen to the community more. But if you
Yeah,
look at the viewership, man, since they had the mechs and the nerf for the mechs in quotations,
yeah,
it's just going straight downhill. And like World of Warcraft, other games, Minecraft are just trumping it completely, dude. And, like
yeah,
it's even with that when that update happened when they took away turbo building, that
yeah.
was in it slumped down even more. But then and when they
It's
reverted it
terrible.
back, it's like still the same viewership. Like people are still pissed because the mechs are still a thing. Like
Yeah.
I don't personally agree with it.
Here's my thing. They should do a this is I feel like a lot of people would agree on this too. They should do a completely separate like you go in, you can play public or you can play competitive. And in the competitive playlist, there's certain guns that are just competitive specific. Maybe there's certain drops where you can always get this gun at this drop.
Right.
But it's more less RNG and it's like made for competitive environment. You know what I
Yep.
mean? And it's
I
always
agree.
the same so people can practice with that meta. I don't know.
I mean I mean it's
'Cause-
pretty solid in my opinion. I kind of do agree with you on that too because I do feel like um just they need to solidify something and make something happen. Like split the two up. Like I know that like it's you can't always constantly listen to the community, you know, because of the fact that then everyone's so opinionated and you can never
Yeah.
everyone's never going to be happy. That's just the
True.
factual side of it. It's just the way life is. It's sad
Yeah.
to say that, but no one's ever pleased with anything in life. Always
Yeah.
something, oh well then this
Something to
happened.
say. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So like I think that I agree with you
Well,
on
the
that.
one Fortnite blew up with their updates. The way that they change the game all the time and week to week. That's what really made them different than every other company out there, which is great. I love them adding new weapons and us trying new things every week. But
Yep.
there's certain things that need to go. I mean, the mech thing when they first brought the mechs in. So this kind of goes in the sword when they brought the sword and put the sword in
Stupid.
the game. Planes, they
Dumb.
had the planes. Then you get the mechs,
Yeah.
and the mechs. They put out a graphic. They tweeted this out on why they wanted to keep the mechs in the game, and it's because they wanted they had a graph and it showed a chart of the kills that were up in the game. So like people that maybe weren't getting kills were getting 6 kills a game now because they were in a mech and they
You-
like that.
yeah, but you get
It's like
full mats in 5 minutes. Like that's not even
right?
fair.
They got rid of that now, which is good.
Oh, so you can't get mats into mech
You
anymore?
can't actually stomp around and get mats anymore.
Oh,
So
well, that's a
yeah,
plus. But it's
yep,
funny how they nerfed the mech and then right after that they nerfed turbo build, and so it's like, oh, that's OP.
yeah. It's
Nerf
like
turbo
what the
build
heck?
it.
Yep. I don't get it
Anyways,
either, but
I
yeah,
don't know. Anyways, they need to change it. Fortnite, if you ever watch my podcast, which probably never happened, just change the game, man. Make it back,
yeah,
make it back to where it used to be. That's what needs to
yeah.
happen.
I agree.
Um, how did so I can ask this question here in a second, but like, what were some of your personal successes with Fortnite, and then some of like your hardships with Fortnite as well too? I could probably imagine the hardships being kind of what everyone now, but I mean, what about?
Yeah, I think it started off just playing every day, just playing pubs, and I had my Twitch name and my name, so people were coming in.
Heck
I was
yeah,
killing them. They were coming in, and yo, you just killed me, man. Let me follow you. There's a lot of people. Actually, what's crazy that are still sub to me that I have a few year subs, and a lot of them came back when Fortnite was just popping in the beginning, and
that's
I
awesome.
killed them back then, and they came in. They've been with me ever since. So
That's cool, dude. Like,
nuts.
I know that people say, "Oh, TTV" and all that shit, but like,
Yeah,
I get it. I 100% get it. But I do feel like it's a way to market, But I do feel like
it is.
there's a shitty way to market it, and there's a
Yeah,
professional way to market it.
yeah,
Stream looking, is it nice? Are you talkative? Are you friendly? Like, I think those things tie into more of a professional stream. But if you're like just super toxic, and
I agree.
I feel like there's two scenarios for that piss people off when they have it in their name. That's just the factual
Yeah,
side of it.
yeah.
Like, if you think about it,
It
though.
got to be just a joke at that, it got to be a joke because I was a TTV, and then I had a smiley face in my name at one point,
Yep.
and now I'm repping my team and Hersh TV and all that. So I haven't been. That's been like early in the game when I had all those names, I guess. So
Yeah. I think mine was like live.contrivance and ETV, and it's been like that for a while now. But if you think about it, though, like, look at what happened with Myth whenever he killed Summit, blew
oh
up.
my god, that's crazy. Just to think
Yeah,
about that kill right there in the
yeah,
building,
dude.
because there was nobody building like Myth at the time, right? That's nuts, man. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, now it's kind of like he's transitioned to other games more now than
yeah,
ever. He's more of like a
yeah,
funny streamer, which kind of
yeah.
like Daquan and Hamlin's.
Well, once that's what I strive to be is once you get to that point, you can play whatever game you want to play, man.
True.
You can enjoy going on Minecraft and people are gonna love it. And
It's
that's
CDN.
one thing I really yeah, exactly.
Literally.
So
CDN. Hilarious dude. Super positive. Plays any
yeah,
game he wants.
it's awesome.
Pulls
Yeah.
about the same viewers on any game he plays. Some he'll
Yep.
peak more on, obviously Fortnite and stuff, but yeah, dude, like, just all around funny, great guy. Like,
Hmm.
loved watching the CDN. I forgot that's another great streamer I like to watch too.
Yeah, CDN's dope.
Yeah, for sure. So, how did you get I know you started doing your Hersh customs. How are those going for you?
Dude. Let's talk about customs were insane, man. Like the
Really?
yeah, because
Yeah.
the month when people were it was like a month where people were I noticed everybody's doing custom games and I just got I had my creator code for a while, but I got approved to do customs. And I was hosting them every night for a month, and my viewer
Dang.
count I was averaging 40 viewers a day, and I
I've
was like,
seen
"What's
that
going on?"
actually. I'm pretty sure
You
I've
know?
seen that. Oh, wait. What's your
Yeah.
credit code?
Hirsch TV.
All right, so use code HershTV in the item shop. There you go, guys.
Appreciate it. Yeah. So I was doing it every night. People were loving it, and then I got to the point where I wanted to kind of switch off that. I got burnt out of it, basically saying the same thing in stream every day. Like, what's the code? People are saying in chat, and I'm like, Hirsch, you're repeating the same stuff every
Yeah.
day. Like, don't follow the rules, and because people would come in and just destroy the games and not follow the rules. So it got to the point where I wanted to do my own thing. Maybe I wanted to do solos, or maybe I wanted to play Apex with a buddy, and then it
Great
kind of
game
just I
too.
lost that's a great game. I lost the drive for those, but it was really good for that month, and it grew my stream a ton.
That's awesome, man. How
Yeah,
do you get your own like custom code? Like, how does that work?
I think it was just a certain. I'm not positive on the number, but I had a certain amount of creators that were using my code at the time, and they just gave it to me. I think the most I ever had was like 115 that were using my code. First TV got it.
Damn,
Yeah, yeah.
that's
So
a
I've got
good dude.
it's pretty nuts. Yeah.
Yeah. How does that payout work for that? Because I don't really know. I never got into it, so I don't know.
So I think it's like $5 for every 10,000. It's crazy. Like you got to spend a lot of V-bucks to even get paid out. And I've gotten paid out once from creator code and I was surprised. So people were really using the code crazy that 2 months or whatever it was.
So you
I'd have
get
to go look at the I'd have to go look at the if you go look at supported creator code, you can see the actual chart. I don't remember.
so you actually get
But
paid
it's
once a month from it, kind of like Twitch does.
you get paid out when you reach the $100 threshold.
Oh, okay. So
Uh,
like Twitch in a sense.
yep,
Oh, okay.
exactly. Twitch
So
and YouTube and all that. Yeah.
so what is okay? Sorry, I'm just curious because I don't know anything about
Yeah.
this. But like, what
Yep.
do you get percentage wise from it? Do you get a certain percent? Do you get how does that work?
No,
Like whenever someone
I'm
uses the
not
code, like how does that work?
yeah, I'm not positive. You'd have to go look at I could pull it up honestly, but um yeah, you just get paid out. I'm gonna pull it up real quick
Yeah,
just
go
to
for it. Go
say.
for it. Yeah, take your time.
Cool,
You're good.
cool.
But because I could probably apply for one and get it. I'm pretty sure. I think the standards are kind of minimum for it, to be honest. But
So here it is. In Fortnite, accepted creators will receive $5 for every 10,000 V-bucks spent by players who elect to support them in the in-game item shop. So $5 for every
dang,
10,000. So people were really using that code. So I had like I think I had like 150 bucks in there, and I was like, what's going on
damn.
here? Yeah.
Hey, bro,
So yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
fuel the stream, man. Fuel the stream.
Yeah, for sure.
That's,
Exactly.
that's pretty cool, though, man. So I know we talked about orgs you've started way back in the day, right? One was Taste,
Yeah.
Swarm. But what orgs were
Mhm.
you a part of that you didn't own?
Panda Gaming, if you remember Panda.
Yes, dude, 100%. They
So I stream for Panda Gaming.
didn't they have a Call of Duty team that kind of got up there for a little bit.
Played against Optic on main
Yeah,
stage.
you're right.
Yeah.
Yep, I do remember that.
So I streamed for them for a little bit. I haven't been in a ton of teams besides the ones that I've owned. I've streamed for them. There's a team called Sigma Gaming HQ. Um,
Sigma, that sounds familiar.
they had a Gears of War team, and then like a team from London back in the day.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Trying to think. So I was part of them. I was part of. I think that was a bit. That was it, really. Trying to think. Yeah, Panda and Sigma. So
Panda and
I think
Sigma.
I've been.
That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
yep, yep.
Man,
Yeah,
props to you though, bro. Because like I've owned like 2 or 3 orgs, but I was a part of a lot of orgs. I'm not saying I'm org hopper, but just for like different
yeah,
reasons. Some shut down, some
yep,
really crazy things happened. And I was like, yeah. Like I've always had like a lot of like my timing in life was always kind of sucky. So, not always, but sometimes it was, and I just had to take time for myself to do certain things that like I just can't put all my 100% focus. And like I've always been a person that's like I'm not gonna reap the benefits of something. I'm just gonna like take my spot out and give it to someone who's gonna put the forth the effort and the time in. So like that's the person
yeah.
I've
I
never was like,
understand that.
yeah. So that's kind of what. And I always ask this question too because it's fun to hear. If you could be a
Yeah.
part of any big organization, what would it be and why?
Um, just for me, I would probably say Phase.
Phase.
Just because I've been watching Phase for forever and watching. I remember watching trick shot videos back in the day and falling in love with that brand. Watching Temper's personal channel. I used to
Yeah, dude.
watch his skateboarding videos back in the day. So like
Yeah,
I've been watching him for a long time.
me and my friend did the same thing too.
Phase 100 Thieves probably.
Phase Runner
Phase,
Thieves.
yeah,
I would
right.
say for me, Optic.
Yeah.
Well, and not in the state it's in now,
Yeah,
but
not
back in
mistake. Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. Those three. Those like the
yeah,
powerhouses right there. So I
dude.
mean of content and like the like you said earlier in the podcast, you don't like the word clout, but I mean if you're to join Phase or join these teams, like the stuff that follows with that,
Yeah,
it's insane. So
think I love the camaraderie, dude. Like such a good time, and everyone was just such great friends. Like that's what I've always like loved, and
and that's what my goal is with Vove is to get a house and do the same
yeah,
thing. So
hey,
yeah,
what, dude? Yeah, you can have it, man. Just gotta put.
yeah,
I think it starts with like we'll talk about this obviously later, but I think that
yeah.
part starts with like everyone having a good enough job to where they can afford a person's bills, and
Yeah,
it goes from
exactly.
there for
Because
sure.
it's like everybody's got to pay their part. We're gonna rent the
100%.
house. Everybody's gonna put their money into it if they want to be about it and create content and see where it goes. So
That's right, man. And who
yeah,
knows? Some person might be a investor versus someone who might be a, maybe they'll say I'm putting the time in, and then something happens, and like, okay, well, I'll just keep, paying my part here,
yeah,
but like help you guys out with whatever. Sometimes that
that'd be awesome.
happens.
Yeah,
That's a good journey.
it would be, man. It
100%.
really would.
Um, yeah. So I think, sorry, back to what we were saying. Optic was the one. I do like. I like TSM for the content they create. Sometimes they have some really good content.
TSM's got some good stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, I do like
Cloud9.
Fit.
There's some good teams out there, man. But then not
Yeah,
all the teams do because I'm a content
right.
kind of guy. Not all the teams do
Same.
content. So
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. I do think that TSM was a good one. Phase, yeah, I do like Phase a lot too, just for their content's really good too. There's
yeah,
one more that I don't remember. Yeah, I mean, because those are powerhouses. You are right. So I
yeah,
totally agree.
yeah.
Cool. So let's jump into one of the main sections of here.
Hmm.
Was Vove, right? So
Yeah.
how did you come up with the name, and why did you start it?
So after Swarm United ended, and that was a team that I grew back in 2017. Recruited everybody, brought a buddy on board to help me with
By
it.
the way,
After,
congrats on all the Vove stuff too. Sorry, you've been doing really
yeah,
great with that. So,
thank you. I
and
appreciate it.
I did agree with one of those comments. That someone said that this is like content that big org should be making or whatever, and I was like, yeah, I
Yeah,
totally agree. So that's really so props to you, man. Good job.
yeah, because I take a lot of inspiration from Nate Shot, to be honest.
Yeah, dude.
Especially with their lifestyle, like their brand, their apparel. I'm taking a lot of inspiration on that when I do our lifestyle brand and all that. So, but back to the question, it was the name, right? The name of Ove.
Yeah, name and why.
Yeah, so it was I was streaming. I've been trying to get I wanted to make a team again, but the hardest thing about making a team is really being about the name. The name is always the hardest part.
Yeah,
And the slogan, because we have a slogan, to dare, to risk, to venture. That's the slogan for
I
Vogue,
like
which is
that.
really
That's cool.
cool for me.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it was actually a viewer of mine that had a list of names that he'd been thinking of, and Vogue was on the list. And I looked it up, and I was like, I'd been trying to think of a name, and I looked it up. I was like, whoa, this is really cool. So I was like, you know what, I'm doing it. Created the
simple.
logo, designed the logo that night myself in Photoshop. Then I sent it.
Dang.
Yeah, then
Okay. All right,
yeah.
dude.
So I
That's
make a lot of
awesome.
my own stuff. I taught myself Photoshop and all that way back.
I did too.
Um, Yeah.
It's
So
like I sorry to cut you off, but like I was
yeah,
talking to Thomas, the guy I interviewed in my I said the guy, one of my homies from the last
yeah,
podcast,
yeah.
and one of his tweets I seen was talking about Photoshop, but I think that knowing a little bit about some of these Adobe
Everything.
programs is such a
Yeah,
great thing to have because I
it
used to do
is.
it like when I had Team Sync, and that's a podcast episode in itself in the future, but reason why I picked sync, it used to be synchronized, but I put sync because the reason why I picked sync, everyone having the same dream and goals and making it a reality, and like the
Okay.
camaraderie, like just being in sync together with one another,
I
having a
like that.
vision.
That's
So
cool.
that's
Yeah.
why, and I had a vision and plan behind it. But that's sorry off topic. But
Yeah.
anyways, yeah, I do like a lot of the editing for if I had a designer who would make our headers, and I'd put
Yeah.
players' names in there, I'd put certain things on there. Just it's just good to know, it's just good to have
Yeah.
Photoshop
Yeah.
skills.
Photoshop, Cinema 4D when I was like ninth grade, but I haven't done that. That's like 3D text and all that
Yeah,
stuff. I used
yeah,
to be
yeah.
really big back in the day. And then thumbnails. I do all that stuff, do all my own thumbnails for my YouTube. So yeah,
Nice.
that's like you said, it's huge to know all that stuff. That way maybe a designer's not getting back to you, you can just do it yourself. So
Right, 100%.
but
Logos aren't
yeah,
my thing, but
great. Yeah, I love doing logos,
I
love it.
can't.
So
I
I made
can't.
the logo and then I sent it to a buddy named Nalad97. Shout out to that guy because
Bro, that's a
he's
legend. I know
amazing.
Nala.
Dude, he's freaking nuts. He did all my
So,
stream graphics.
dude,
Yeah,
hold on. I gotta brag on Nala for a second because he's so good at what he does, and he is
he really
so
is.
like upfront with everything, and like he's so like price wise is great. I can like, dude,
Really good prices, man.
bro,
Really
and then
good.
and I don't think he does it to knock other designers because sometimes like they say like, oh, someone's making the same thing as me but knocking my prices, so no one's gonna come to me. I think that he
Yeah,
just truly believes in like helping people out and giving them a good deal because like that's gonna build more like business for him in the future. Like
100%.
he literally
Recommendations and all that. Yeah.
yeah, dude, he charged me
Yeah.
$40 for 6
Yeah.
customated alerts that were fire. Like I was like so good. I was like,
Yeah, dude. He
and
does that.
and
That's
if
for sure.
I won't like in the DMs I was talking to him about that, and I said, "No, you serious? It's $40 for this?" He's like, "Yeah, bro." I was like, "Why?" He's like, "My prices." I was like, "Not gonna say anything further. Thank you."
It cost me $60 for stream alerts, full graphics. And then I went from that and I was like, wow, this is amazing. Got my sub badges done from him, created the Vove logo, sent
Yeah,
over the Vove logo. And this is why I told him, I was like, yo, I want you to just make this look a little bit more professional because it was really just a text logo, just plain flat.
make it
And then he
pop.
turned to make it pop and he did. And I was like, wow, I'm making the team and making the concept and we're getting it run. We're gonna run it up. So yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah, Nala is a great guy though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone recommend it? NalaD97 on Twitter. If you ever need any stream graphics, go to him too. Oh, and my homie Sam Arts VBI is really good too. Sam works for Visuals by Impulse, which is a great
Yep.
company too.
Seen that.
Those two guys are your ways to go for the successes, and so
Yeah.
100%, man. So Vove, man, I've been seeing you guys for a little while now. I followed you guys just because I love the passion, the grind, the things you guys are doing. I think that I do agree with you when you say that it's a lot of things that big orgs could be and shouldn't and aren't doing.
Yep.
I love the
And I appreciate that too. I
yeah,
appreciate you following
for
and
sure,
being,
man.
along.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. I love the content based thing behind it because it kind of takes it back to everyone's roots and why they want to do it.
Yeah.
It kind of takes a little stress off because you don't have like esports teams that are competing. You're not putting money into it. It's just content based. It's fun.
Yeah,
So,
what I like to do is with I'm really recruiting at a slow level, and
which
I've
is
taken
good.
everything that I've learned from past orgs and past projects and putting them into this and doing it the right way. And it's like you can either be announced with a graphic, or we're gonna bring out an introduction video where it's all about you and you put your.
That's great.
We got our editor Ty K. I don't know if you've seen Ty
Yeah,
K
yeah,
and
yeah.
some
No,
of his
no.
stuff.
Love his
He's
stuff.
really
He's
really
good.
good. Yeah,
Love it.
and put all their stuff in there and give them a shot to put give them a shot to put their stuff on our YouTube channel and Instagram and everything. And my main goal is to build the fan base and with the content that we're doing, I feel like the eyes are going to come that way and build the fan base, drop the rest of it later on. And a lot of us are going to TwitchCon. We're meeting up with some
Yeah,
of these
that's
guys for the first
legendary,
time.
dude. Good job,
It's
man. That's
it's a big
awesome.
big shot for me. So meeting up with the guy that helps me run it, and hopefully the media team, Ty K and Cam, come out and we can record the recruitment challenge like
That's awesome.
together. And so yeah, it's really cool.
Um, So, dude, that's killer, dude. I think that you guys meet up at TwitchCon's one. It's a huge goal, and it's not everyone can do it because of money and time restraints. But that's super cool to meet up IRL, just to meeting over the internet, which is pretty legendary.
It's awesome, man. Yeah.
I love that video. I don't remember her name, but it's on the
Juliet,
pin.
probably.
Yeah, great
Yeah.
video. Like
Thank you,
they
man.
can't I just
For the
looked like,
production on it's
yeah,
insane,
the
right?
production was insane. Did she do all the video stuff herself? Because
No,
obviously you guys weren't there to do it, right?
no, so, Ty K and Cam are both from New York, and so is she, and the weirdest thing, we recruited her and, brought her into the chat and was like I introduced her and she was like, "What? Cam's in here and Ty K's in here." She's like we're like, they know each other in real life, so I was like, "Wow,
That's
this is
nuts.
perfect." Yeah, so they went over to her place and they recorded it, and then Ty K edited, and wow, it came out really good.
Yeah, and to mimic off what you do, like that's kind of some of the things I wanted to do personally too. But like, whenever I was doing my work stuff, I have a lot of the equipment, but a lot of people don't have that same equipment too. Because like, I know how to like edit. Not as great, but I can get better at it, obviously. But I have like a really nice camera. I do a lot of photography stuff, so I take my own pictures and like, I do like my own like modeling stuff to like promote and post stuff. So,
Yep,
I do it just for the fun and the heck of it too. Whenever you get some merch, man, if you ever need some photos done, I'll totally do some.
perfect.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
I don't never want anything like for free. I'll buy it. I don't care. Just let me know.
Oh,
But
that's the thing we're doing with the I don't know if you saw the champion stuff that we put out yesterday, the little concept that we did, but you should
no,
definitely check that out.
no,
Yeah, check
I'll
that
have
out when
to.
you get a
Yeah,
chance.
yeah. I
Yeah.
was gonna do it. I'll do it later. But
Yeah.
um,
So like with the drops, we plan on we're gonna hype it up. I'm gonna order some samples here before TwitchCon, rep it at TwitchCon, get the people that I'm with to rep it.
hell
Then
yeah,
I plan on sending it out to some influencers and kind of marketing that a little bit before we actually make the first drop. So
heck
hyped
yeah,
about
man.
that.
Not an influencer, bro. But if you need something, I'll because like I have some really cool ideas I do for just for pictures and stuff because like I
Yeah.
have a personal page I do fashion stuff for, so I do it for my
Oh,
work and
that's
all
awesome.
that. Yeah, so I do it for my work and stuff, and then I post like I think when I made my Team Sync jerseys or whatever, I got like 40 something likes on that post or whatever. Not a lot, but I mean people are
Yeah.
like, "Damn, like that's fire." I was like, "All right, cool." Like I was like, "All right, bet." Like
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
could do stuff like that for you for free. I don't really care. I like to do it just for
Awesome.
promotional reasons. I like helping
Yeah.
good people out. So
Appreciate
that's
that. Yeah.
yeah, no problem, man. So talked about the name. What is your vision for Vove? Like, what's your for now and for future? What's your vision?
So I kind of touched on it a little bit already, but it's just content based. It's
Yeah,
bringing in my goal right now is to bring in some bigger people and really sell them on the idea because the hardest thing about a startup org is or a startup content team, I guess, is to really convince people of what it's like. I feel
right.
like it's really family type atmosphere. We do meetings every Sunday.
That's
We
awesome.
get everybody from the team into a Discord and we all talk about goals and plans for new games and content. And just get to know each other more because that creates that family bond and the culture
Yeah,
behind it and all that. So I think that's the hardest part, and just making the content, getting that pushed out, and then our lifestyle brand. Kind of, I want it to be more of a like Hundred Thieves is. People get behind the
yeah, dude.
slogan, and you're not just wearing it because it's a gaming team. You're wearing it because it looks good, and there's
Sure.
more to it than just gaming. So
Yeah,
that's the goals for it for the future. Continue to do what we're doing now, and then just scale it.
that's awesome, man.
So
Um, that I like that too because like I personally have always felt that the more that you include, you have to have a culture for everything you do, right?
yeah,
There needs to be a culture, there needs to be a standard, it needs to be a, like a no, this is the way we do it. If it was done this way, it's been working,
yeah,
and this is what I believe in. And then people follow great people. So I've always been a big advocate of, you know. If you're doing something great and people see like, holy shit, this guy Hersh has something going, I'm gonna be a
yeah.
part of that too. And that's just the standard, man. That's just the way it
Mhm.
is. And so keep doing that, man. You're doing great.
I
Like it's
appreciate it.
awesome.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Yeah,
So the family bond thing is huge because like the more that you get to know people on a personal level, the more they want to be a part of it because for the right
yeah,
reasons,
yeah.
right? They want to be a
Yep.
part of it because like, oh, I remember whenever we started this and it was nothing, but now it's like insane where we're at, right?
Yeah,
So
and they feel like it's something,
it's a
they
home,
were in there from the beginning, and now they've seen where it's come, and
Yeah.
it just feels good to be a part of it.
That's true, man. And then the meetings every Sunday type of thing to talk about futuristic goals and things you want to do. I
Yeah.
think that brings more people together. So and this is one question I've always I asked on my last podcast too. What do you do for like funding? Do you fund everything yourself, or do you have people that invest or kind of help out?
Yep, yep. I fund everything myself. All the money that I get from Twitch, and then my part-time job now, and I've got a lot of saved because I've been working since I graduated high school, and
Damn.
yeah. So I've got a lot of money saved, and everything that I get back, I put into the craft. And same with my buddy Alki. I don't know if you've seen Alki,
Yeah,
but yep. He's from Wisconsin, pretty close to me actually, and we're meeting up at TwitchCon too. So it's just me and him. We put all our funds into it, pay Ty K every video, and all the merch stuff that we have going. So yeah, we just put everything back into it.
that's awesome, man. How do you like you just pay per video or like how much goes into it type of
Yeah,
thing?
yeah, we pay per video. So yeah.
That's awesome, man. Like yeah,
Yep.
I think that it starts from I've actually been working since I was like 11 years old.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I used to help my
That's
dad
great.
cut grass, and this freaking dude, man, would pay me like $7 a yard, bro. That
Yeah.
sucked, man. Yeah, it was the worst. But I mean, I was I was a
You
kid
go to the
that
store and get some Pokemon cards, man.
yeah, candy, all that stuff. I was never saving
Yeah.
money. My brother was the one that saved his money, so my dad had to hide my wallet from me. I would
Oh
always spend
yeah.
it. Yeah, yeah. So,
That's
I,
one thing I'm really good at is money management and saving money because
uh,
I don't spend a lot. I look at what I get. I know what I can spend, and credit cards and all that stuff. I know what I can spend, what I got to pay back. I'm just
right.
really good with that.
I'm
Yeah.
not. I need to get
Yeah.
better at that. So I'll have to hit your
Yeah.
DMs for some information on that later.
Yeah.
But
For sure.
yeah, bro. But it's so bad. It's off topic, but it's so bad that like I had to download an app that helps me save money. Not
Oh, I've seen a
Acorns.
lot of those. Yeah.
It's not Acorns. So people think whenever I start saying they're like, oh, Acorns. I'm like, no, it's called
Yeah.
Capital. So
Okay.
the way Capital works, and I like it. It's awesome. It's it's insured, so if something happens, you push any money back. However that works.
Yeah.
But every time you swipe your card, it
Yeah.
rounds up. It goes up to $5. But I have it on the minimum just for $1, so it rounds up your whatever you spent to the nearest dollar, and it puts
Okay.
it to the side in this app. But over
Yeah.
3 days of time, it'll pull that money out and just put it in
Okay.
a savings. So you can make a goal.
That's really cool. I like
Yes.
that.
So I think within like 3 or 4 months, I say like $500. So
Oh
like
wow.
yeah, it
So
really
if you're saying like you go to the store, you go to eat, and like, does it takes the extra money and puts it back into savings, basically,
yep, just puts in the savings.
right?
Yeah. So every time you
Huh.
swipe your card, it's just you're saving money while spending money, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
So
awesome.
I'll just save it up for different things I want or need or whatever it is. So like I just ordered some mics for the podcast, and
Yeah.
I didn't take it out of that. I just demo. But it's a yeah, it's a cool thing. So
Yeah.
how did you go about finding people for Vove?
So I just have connections in the community right now. So the team that we have right now is a lot of people that I've been following for a long time. So it was very easy to just hit him up and be like, "Yo, I want you to get behind this." Alki, I've known him for what, 1.5, 2 years.
Awesome.
My buddy Nanite, we're gonna get on board. Hopefully, Nanite, if you're watching this, we're getting you
Yeah.
on board. And
No fans or
so
buts,
yeah,
bro. It's
yeah,
happening.
exactly, 100%. And so yeah, it's just a lot of people that I know right now, and then the struggle right now for me is just getting the bigger people on board and really convincing them to get with it. So
So you don't have to answer this question, but
mhm.
who, and it could be secrets, I don't know. Who did you reach out to that was a bigger person?
I'd have to look right now. I don't know anybody specific. But really, it's just people. Like I have a standard right now. It's just people that are like 10 viewers and up. I was really recruiting to recruit before, just kind of get my base.
Yeah. Get your
Um,
niche in there. Start it up.
yes, it's a lot of people that are partnered with Advanced, the company that I'm partnered with.
I saw that. Yeah.
And
Congrats, by the way.
so yeah, thank you. So a lot of people that I've messaged from there, and they average a lot of viewers on Twitch in there. I'm just trying to get people on board. So
Where it starts, though, man. You know,
yeah,
you can have a standard and follow that standard as always, but you can increase it as it goes too. Make that a cultural thing, you know.
yeah.
So, that's pretty cool. How'd you find? Is it Ty K, right?
Tyke, yeah. So I've known Tyke for a little bit. Cam, I've known Cam longer. They followed me back in Swarm United when I was doing that.
Nice,
Cam
nice.
followed me. So I learned about Tyke from Cam because they're buddies in real life. And then I've known him for a while. I was like, yo, I want you as an editor for the team. And originally he didn't want to do it because he has a lot of work for other people, obviously. And then we got Cam on board, and Cam convinced him, and now he's been with us for 4 or 5 months now. So
Gotcha. That's awesome, man.
yeah.
So I don't even know the answer to this question. How did we meet personally? Because I don't remember. Like, how did we come about?
It's got to be from Twitch, man. I feel like. Did you come to my stream or did I come to your stream? I don't know, man. Or
Something
maybe
of that
Twitter.
nature. I think it was. Do you know Barlock?
Oh my god. I know Barlock. Yeah, I know Barlock.
That's how we met.
Barlock, dude. I always
Yeah.
call him Barlock.
Yep.
Dude, freaking Barlock, dude.
So, because he was a part of
met
Swarm
him in
United.
Black Ops 3. I met him in Black Ops 3 and he was a part of Swarm United.
Yes, that's how. So that's how I met him through Fortnite. I don't
Okay.
remember what friend I met him through personally, but
Yeah.
we met from there, and he said that's how I knew about Swarm United, and he told me
Okay.
about that before because he helped you run it. Maybe didn't he help you do some things for Swarm United?
He did. He did it later, like when it was on the downside and we ended the way we ended. He was in the org, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember that, and then I think that's how we kind of met was from that, and I think that we just started like following each other on Twitch and stuff, and then
Yep.
on Twitter, and then it kind of just went from
That's how it
there
works,
too.
man.
Yeah,
Crazy.
crazy community, man. And then I was like, and I have a standard for people I want on the podcast. You
Yep.
know, so the whole and I said this on the last podcast, but the whole idea for the podcast is, it's talk to talk, right? The reason why I picked it, it kind of sounded generic, but the reason why I picked it is because I want people who have walked the walk in a sense.
I
People
really like that. Yeah.
who have
Your
done
name's
things,
dope.
and yes, thank you, I appreciate that a
Yeah.
lot. So people who've
Yeah.
done things, seen things, and been through things in the community, whether it's because this is based off of esports gaming and entrepreneurial things, so like people that
Yeah.
can take a business side out of it. So maybe something with esports,
Yeah.
people that ran orgs
I
or
mean, we could talk about the hardships of it. It's like 2015 when I made my first real org. It was called Kings Unite.
nice,
Made the logo myself. And sent it over to obviously get it done a little bit better to Creative Grenade. If you remember Creative Grenade, they
yeah,
made
man,
Nate Shot back in the day. So
yeah,
they made that for me. And what happened is I took a little break from the team. I had like grown it from 0 to 3,000. I had a team, the CWL, for the startup of CWL, like the qualifier for Black Ops 3. I had a CS team. I took a little break from it, and I had a guy that was helping me from the UK. And that, guys, is not the way to go. Do not just give your team to anybody out there, like especially if you're not,
no way,
familiar with them.
no
But
way.
basically, took it, changed the passwords. My baby right there, screw it from 0 to 3,000. It was gone within a day, and that's where I lost a lot of motivation for teams like that. But I've always known what to do and how I want to do it. Just a matter of getting the right people around it. And
Who to
I've
trust,
learned through yeah, exactly. I've learned through every opportunity or everything that I've done, and you know,
right?
put it into this Vove now. So
That's good though, man. I think that you revolutionized your vision and dream more and more because I think that you learn so much from the things that you've been through. Just whether it
yeah,
was
I have.
orgs, you lost people, you gained people, you
Yeah.
got your account
And
taken.
you're always
So
gonna lose people and gain people too. That's the thing that people need to
yep,
understand. People are
yeah,
gonna leave, people are gonna come, you're gonna fill them in,
yeah.
that's how it goes. So
Yeah, I think and it's true, man. Sometimes people aren't as easily replaceable depending on what
yeah.
position that they were in. But I
Yeah.
do feel like because it really just depends, man. It's I people need to just stand out more, I guess, and you always
Well, I
need.
always say this too is like you can recruit 10 people and maybe only one person out of the 10 is going to be the guy that sticks around, that really knows, that really falls in love with what I fell in love with.
Right,
And that's what I strive for, to bring in, for everybody that I bring in, is do they really really love what we're doing, and do they love it as much as I do? You know what I mean? So,
100%. Yeah,
yeah.
and I think that, man. So I manage a company. I manage a retail store, right? So I
Oh
love what I
wow.
do. We talked about it before, but
Yeah.
it's and I get this all the time from my area manager, which I'm gonna bring him on the podcast one day. I can't wait because that's gonna be super awesome. He's a great freaking dude, and he's super business and entrepreneur, which that's why I want to bring him on. And
Okay.
but sorry, that's for another time. But
Yep.
for me, man, it's hard to, like you said, to get someone that wants to be a part of your vision and like truly believe in it. And people will
Yeah.
leave, and it kind of frustrates you. And you're like, God, man, why? Like, what's going on? But
Yeah.
like you said though, one out of every 10 people are gonna see that and you believe you, and like, okay, I want to be a part of this guy.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep. 100%. So,
people and you. I've said this before. Regardless of what an organization's name is, I don't
yeah.
care what the name is. People support great people and support the plan and the things behind it. They don't care what the name
Yeah.
is. They just want to
Yep.
rep that person. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's just been a huge staple for me. So, um, yeah, I mean that was like some of the main things I really want to talk about, man. So, what are some tips you have for like up and coming orgs or people wanting to start their own org? What would you say you would give them?
Content, man. It's the first thing, content, and
Content first.
take notes from teams that have done it. Take notes from Optic, take notes from Hex. Watch what he does. Watch the podcast that he puts out, the people that he interviews. Watch Nade Shot. Watch these guys that have been around for the longest time and phase, and really look back at the videos and see how it worked and take notes. And put that into your, I guess you gotta kind of put your own twist on it and put that
Sure.
your branding on it, and find something that works for you and something that people can get behind. That goes with anything, with your personal brand too, not even an
Yeah.
org. That's the same with my Hersh TV brand. I stream it. It's crazy that I think about it now. It's stream every day. I work 3 days a week. I do my team. There's just a lot that I have going on, and do you
The
really
hustle.
love it? Do you really love it? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
ask yourself
yeah,
every day. It's a grind, like Hex said. It's a grind that does not sleep. It's a 24-hour
yeah.
thing, man.
It's always projects. I go to bed at night. I try to go to bed first of all.
Same.
But I'm always on Twitter looking to recruit people, and I'm thinking about what's the best way to do this. And we're starting a podcast on Vove here pretty soon.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that, and how we're gonna, the title of that and all that stuff. So I'm always thinking of different things.
Yeah.
So
Vovecast. There you go. No, I'm just kidding.
Vovecast, yeah. Really generic. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like well, Optic did
We'll think of something
Opticast.
really dope. True. We'll think of something dope.
I think you should base it off of the slogan, something around there.
Yeah, because
Probably.
that video that you talked about with Julia is like Venture. It's like the Venture series.
Yeah, dude.
And that's
See,
really really cool because that's one of our that's a part of our slogan. So what I want to do is like take people from our team. We'll start out with Alki, take people from the team, and then interview people from the community, kind of like you do.
yeah.
And I really like that. It's a startup podcast for you, and I think it's going to go really well for you if you keep
Yeah.
doing the same thing and
Thanks, man.
bringing good people in. So
I
yeah,
appreciate
keep
it.
doing it.
I think
Love the title too.
Yeah,
So.
thank you, man. I think that the reason why I set a standard for is like I'm gonna have podcasts where I bring on IRL friends, so that's why I'm getting stuff to do things over, and I do these over the internet for now, which is good. And then like I like this too, because you can't always just be with everyone and anyone, you know. And I want to have a video side, and I want to have a audio side, right? So that's why I do them through this way.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna do IRL ones. When I travel, whether I might go see a friend that play games without a state, or I might go back home and do podcasts with some of my friends that I've used to play all Call of Duty with growing up, and just be a bunch. Like I want it to be like super stuff like this and super like laughable, like people that can just latch onto it and just come and say, "Oh, that's hilarious! Like I'm having a good time listening or watching or whatever it may be," you know. So
yeah, and I got a buddy that's doing the same thing. He just purchased all his podcast equipment. IRL buddy that I graduated with.
nice.
That we're gonna be able to talk sports, games, all that because I love talking sports too. I'm a big Minnesota sports fan, so I can talk Timberwolves and Twins and how about the home. I can talk about that stuff all the time. Dude.
Yeah, I like sports. I watch sports for the wrong reasons, so I go tailgate with my boys and and drink and have a good time. Yeah. So I really go there for the party and not for the sports, but I do support the good teams because I'm from Louisiana, so I'm like we were opposites ends of the freaking states, man. So I support LSU, obviously. I don't know what teams you guys have out there for college.
We don't have any college SDSU, so I don't follow any of the college teams in South Dakota. I follow. My my dad's side of the family is all from Minnesota, so I go there a lot. And then I just grew up a Vikings fan and a Twins fan, Timberwolves fan, and I played basketball. So that was my favorite sports, basketball. So
Same.
Everything's Minnesota sports. I follow it and I love it, and I could talk about that for hours and hours. So
if you watch that '70s show, they hated the Vikings. So
did they really?
I think so. I remember when Fred was talking about Vikings fan.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
He did say
something. Vikings fan, dude. We haven't won anything. We've gotten to the playoffs multiple times. No Super Bowls. Like it's same with the Timberwolves. We can talk about this forever.
I know, man. It sucks, but well, dude. So yeah, man. Thank you so much for taking the time. If you want to find Hersh, I will drop all his links in the description below. So Hersh, what's your @ on Twitter?
Just Hersh TV on everything. Twitch,
Hersh TV on everything. Twitch, Twitter, Team Vove. We'll put all the links in there to their YouTube channel, to Twitter, and everything too. So, thanks, man. I seriously do appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time out of your day. I know you got a lot going on. You got some things to do here. Probably a team meeting today, right? I'm guessing. So
we do team meeting tonight, man.
Yeah. So congrats for all your success, man. Keep it up because you're gonna make it, and I can see this team going really big too. So, but dude, for sure, if you ever need anything, man, like just any help or whatever, just reach out. I don't mind helping great people. So whether it's photo stuff, whether it's podcast stuff, I'm not good at any of this stuff. I'm just learning as well. So appreciate 100%. It, man. So all right, guys, thank you so much for tuning into the podcast. Make sure to drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and cue the outro. I'll see you boys later. Peace.
See.